Hey family, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a special energy update on Sabrina Carpenter. I feel like this is the perfect time to tap in. So we're gonna peek around to see what's surrounding her love life right now. What could be coming like next for her romantically, and then we'll get into maybe some deeper energetic currents at play kind of around her at the moment. Okay, so this is an intuitive reading. So as always, take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't forget, this is part one of a two-part series. In part two, I do plan on going a little bit more deeper into her connection with Leonardo DiCaprio to uncover, the truth behind that energy between them. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because you don't want to miss that. So let's start tuning into this energy around Sabrina at the moment, in her love life. So she's coming up as I mentioned this in another reading. The way spirit shows me her as is like she is a um recycled kitten, and she's like very, it was something about like the way that they want to describe her, maybe personality shifts, is significant. So I'm seeing strawberries and nightmare, right? And that came up in the last reading where I was talking about how she was like, they just kept saying strawberry nightmare. So somebody's like a sweet nightmare almost. They are sweet, soft spoken. Um, there's a lot of sex appeal here as well. Someone who's definitely happy, but also high valued. So she could be in this very excited space right now where she's excited for new love because she does give off Empress energy. She's just in this space of creating. There's something about potentially a new album or a new project, something super significant that she's been working on for a while. So there's going to be some arrival of a new thing, something fresh, when perhaps this new relationship comes up for her. She's dating, or just when she's in this period, if she's not in this moment right now. There's something about her being like the dating queen. So she's very sought after. She's someone that people seek, but they don't necessarily have full access to. And some of that is even from the previous relationship. I picked up on something strange about Leonardo DiCaprio. He's kind of like the processor of the industry, or one of them, but he's like one of the main processors that allows for, how do you want to call this? They're like, I'm seeing them almost like have a database of individuals. Okay, so there's something here about her deal in fame that was a part of her being able to do what she's doing now. It's like there's another fine print in her. Now, you know what also picks up when I see the insurance policy in play card as a motive? I see this as someone who is in that perpetuity kind of deal. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a 360, or there is there is a lot more than what's just on black and white. Okay, so their contract can come with a lot of other things. You can call them either caveats or benefits. They could be drawbacks, however you want to look at it. So there's something that was a part of her being in the relationship, what would come out of it, or there was something that she was given in advance, something about money. So there's like large money plays happening in the background. This is somebody who's expensive, okay? I'm picking up on somebody who is expensive. People know exactly what. Well, also, it's almost like this there's a lot of red showing up in her reading as well. A ton of red. So I don't know if she's like a fire sign or something, but something about her energy as far as her reputation is something that precedes her, and not in a bad way. It's like her having even just the affiliation on top of who she is, but she's had this affiliation that makes her, diamond status in a way. Okay. And Leonardo DiCaprio is the person. Now, there could be something that happens where there's like a serious relationship. If she stays on the trajectory that she's on, where it's like she's focused on dating, um, she could end up being in another high profile relationship. And again, this could be from her being, in the background, really focused more so on music, and in the background, not focused on a relationship. One comes about some way, somehow, but it creates a stir because I've been simmering in the background. It's like, so. And then with Leo, there's that. Okay. So there's just this expectation for her to be in a high profile relationship. Okay. That's what I am seeing around. And there could even be some triangulation going on as far as how to get her in one, how to get her in a relationship. There could be some handling going on as far as that. But they keep her distracted with projects that require a lot of legwork. So, award shows, doing things for streaming companies, something about her like having a lot of overnights. It's a lot of travel. I'm picking up on like, just that, maybe even touring, something about touring. So, there's a big announcement coming up soon. This tour is gonna like either spawn off a relationship that's brewing in the background right now, or after the tour, she has an announcement of being in a relationship, something like that. Okay. Like, being on the last leg of your tour, maybe it's like you did Europe first, and then in your domestic tour for the US. Is she an American artist or is she from Canada? I don't know why I'm picking up on that. Something about Canada could be significant. Um, there could also be something about like an Independence Day of some sort, and it doesn't have to be the United States, like 4th of July. Like there are other Independence Days. So something may happen in France around a specific time. Now there could also be some type of revisit with a partnership from the past. Okay, there is an option to do that, but there is more of a focus of like staying in the moment, because I think at any point there's also potentially a dancer, which kind of makes me think of like when Christina Aguilera, she ended up dating her dancer. Jennifer Lopez dated their dancer at one point. So I don't know if Sabrina Carpenter has ever been rumored to date her dancer. I don't know. But that could come up. But it does feel like there's a tour. It feels like there's a lot of money being moved around. There's some other energy here that I won't touch on specifically in this reading. We may have to like do. I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and for the channel to come back. I keep saying that. I'm just going to continue to record and post. But as far as the direction of the channel and what this channel would turn into, that still is up for discussion. Okay. Now, more on this person that's coming down in her life. This person could also have some ties to like the NFL or something, or playing, like I'm specifically picking up on football. Okay, so there could be something about football. You know, it's kind of cool now to date somebody who is a football player. I mean, it's always been cool, but you know what I mean? Like, it's something about it now that's coming back around, that the energy feels like, you know, like that's the cool thing to do, for whatever reason. But she's creating her own lane as far as what I think people may expect from her, because it's more that she looks into a relationship. There are like there are big things that she likes to talk about in a relationship, and it would be a red flag if they avoided future talk. Okay, if they avoided conversations about money specifically, she is almost like she's almost repelled by a person like that, because that is a form of bonding for her. But it also feels like, um when someone avoids important issues like that, that's them fake bonding, or like, you know, breadcrumbing you, and then she finds herself in a cycle of seeking validation from the person, and that's like when she doesn't feel powerful, like she doesn't feel the most at ease. And because she's not in her right power, this is talking about like how she showed up in relationships in the past. So because of who she actually is and who she's supposed to be, um whenever she's not in that space, whether that be self-induced or like projected, it creates a little bit of confusion in the other person. So they immediately fell in love with her because she's like the perfect everything. But then they start feeling almost emotionally indecisive about a lot of things. And um, it's almost as if they need time alone or time away from her, because it's almost too much. It's too much to bear to make the wrong decision. It's too much to bear to make a decision that would ultimately change everything. It's like that's where their brain goes. For some reason, it goes like in complete default abort mission mode. So she could be someone who knows that she has that effect on men, and she's very selective. That's why this eye on the prize is also here. Not only when people corner in on her, it's like she can make an entire room pay attention in a way that is uncomfortable for certain men specifically. Okay, it's uncomfortable because it automatically she makes it about like, now I can pick whoever I want in this room. I don't know how to describe. I really don't. It's something about her being able to like command attention, but the way she's doing it is like very seductive in all the right ways. It's just off-putting to even the most powerful man. So it can turn them into putty. So she has that going on. All right. And that's what the nightmare is about. It's like strawberry nightmares. Like she brings strawberry nightmares to men that she has dealt with. So she also may not be as like shy as she appears. You know, like she may not be as shy and sweet as she appears. She could be somewhat of like a man eater in real life, but you know, when I say man eater now, because I'm really just seeing her, that would to me would reflect somebody in the reverse of whatever role they're in, and she's not showing up reversed or inverted in any way. She just is a very unique person right now who happens to be in the music industry. And she's navigating a space right now where she's open to like new love, but this is also going to be coming in during a time that's going to be like groundbreaking for her for some reason. So I hope that made sense for you guys. I'm actually really excited to do part two to get into the nitty gritty of Leonardo DiCaprio and her. So, because she does seem like someone who's extremely interesting, and I always forget about her. Because, she's just kind of doing her own thing. And the same thing for Doja Cat. She's been around for a while, doing her little promo. Might need to do an energy reading on her as well, because there's still some controversies swirling around